Hello. Okay, so I haven't done a video in over a week, but things have been so crazy, and forgive the no makeup rough look I've got going on. We've been in class, well, we were in class all day today. We had our AM classes, break for lunch, PM classes, and then a short 30-minute break for our culture class that lasted 2 hours, and then we had supper. So things have been very busy, but having an absolutely wonderful time. So the last day, oh, and today is July 3rd. Actually, over here it's almost July 4th, but actually it is July 4th over here. It's 7:02 your time, but my time, that means it's 12:02. So happy 4th of July! Yay! Um, that's kind of strange. I'm in a different day than y'all. Wow, didn't think about that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and fill you in on last Thursday, which was our first trip to Dublin, throughout the weekend. Then we had field trips on Tuesday, and just a lot going on. This is probably going to be a really long video. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, that's okay. It won't hurt my feelings. You can just turn it off whenever and just tell me you watched it. That's fine. But anyways, last video I think I did was on the 25th, and then the 26th was Wednesday class. That was last Wednesday. Super long day as well. We had class, well, breakfast, class, lunch, class, culture class. We had dinner, so it was busy. And then we got home, we packed, I got ready, and then last Thursday we left for Dublin, and it was very rainy and yucky. But we went up to Dublin, and we had our field trip with our PM class, which was our AM class, which is my international politics class. So it's me and three other people, Sam, Robert, and Chris, and then our professor, Rains. And her daughter Kennedy is on this trip as well. She's going into her senior year of high school, so she's tagging along. Great way to spend the summer before your senior year of high school. But anyway, so we went to Dublin, started off at Christ Church Cathedral, which is the Protestant church, and we toured all that. It was absolutely gorgeous. I took a ton of pictures, but of course, just like everything else here in Ireland, they are not capturing the true beauty of it. The stained glass was absolutely incredible. The architecture, the stone, you went downstairs, kind of underneath the church, and those little stone galleys. I don't really know what they're called, but it's absolutely beautiful and breathtaking. Stonewall's tomb was there, which is a big war figure guy in kind of like the coming of Ireland kind of thing. We've learned a lot about him, but he's buried there. They had this huge organ that you had to climb upstairs to get to, and just all kinds of really cool stuff. And you can see all the pictures that I posted if you're keeping up with those as well. And also downstairs they had the Tudors. I think that's a show on HBO or something, but all of their original outfits that they were based on, it was actually parts of it were filmed in the church, I think. I don't watch it, so I don't know, but there was kind of a display set up. They actually had a little skeleton of a cat and a mouse. There was a cat chasing a mouse, and it ran into the organ, and they both got stuck and ended up dying in there. So they had their little mummified bodies, which was kind of creepy and gross, but kind of funny story. Sounds like something you'd see on a cartoon. So after we left there, we walked to downtown and walked around there some. Well, not downtown. We walked to O'Connell Street. There's a bunch of big statues and stuff. There's the statue of O'Connell, and he's got angels around him, and you can actually see the bullet holes in the statue from the different trouble times in Ireland. And so I took pictures of that, and that was nice. Then we saw the big pin needle, which they built a few years, back in the early 2000s when their economy was booming, and kind of as a way to express how good the economy was doing and the growth and stuff. And now it's called the stiletto in the ghetto. The people that live there absolutely hate it because it's kind of a waste of money, and now their economy's in the toilet. So yeah, but that was that. And then from there we went to Trinity College, and that was absolutely breathtaking as well. It was actually graduation, so it's kind of cool to see everybody in their caps and gowns taking pictures. I would can't imagine going to college there and year round just having tourists walk through your campus. That has to be kind of strange, especially I wouldn't want them in like the backgrounds of my graduation pictures. But it was really cool for us to see. We ate lunch there at their cafeteria, and we went and saw the Book of Kells, which was absolutely incredible. I just got like chills looking at it, just like teared up. It was just so amazing that I'm looking at something like a piece of the Bible that was written back in like 800. Like that was insane to me. And we actually looked at Luke and John were the two that were out when we were there. There's only like there's two of the four Gospels that are out at all times. So we saw that, and then we walked upstairs to the actual like library, and it was just like this oak, and it was just like a arch ceiling, and it was 2 stories, and the ladders. It didn't even look real. All the books that were stacked in those shelves looked like something that you would place in like front of a safe, and you kind of like move it as like a huge chunk, not just like individual books to get to your like safe in your house. That's what they look like, but it was just rows and rows. It was absolutely incredible. And we left there, and then we walked over to St. Patrick's Cathedral, which was just as pretty as Christ Church. They're actually right down the street from each other because St. Patrick's Cathedral was there first, and then the Protestants came in and built their church, and they kind of built theirs like bigger and better as kind of like a jab at the Catholic Church, which is pretty much the like unchristian thing to do, but it was just in like throwing distance of one another. I mean, now that they've built up buildings, it's kind of like hard to see. You have to kind of go around a curve, but essentially that was what it was like when it was built. So we saw that, and that was just as pretty. And then we left there, and we met back up with our whole group that's in here, all the 60 of us. And then we were released for the weekend, so we had to have a free weekend. So me, Lawson, Sarah, Natalie, and Kate all hung out. I got us a hotel for the weekend, and we split it 5 ways, but it was really nice. A lot of people stayed at hostels, and not to be princesses, but we just felt like it'd be more safe, and it was in a better part, like more central part of town. And honestly, it only ended up being like 10 euros more for like 2 nights. So we figured that definitely was like the better option. And after hearing some of the stories from the hostels, I'm glad we picked that, because some of them were saying that there was like bugs in their pillows. One girl woke up with a guy like this close to her face and like trying to go through her bag because her phone was going off. It was kind of eerie, so I wouldn't want to do that. So that night we just like went and checked in the hotel, and actually getting there from our spot, like we had the map, and we got, our kind of like end point of our field trips, and we started to go back to like the hotel. And as much as I would like to think that I can navigate well, I really can't, because I was taking us the wrong way, and like a guy stopped from a car and he's like, "Hey, do y'all need help?" And I was like, "No, I think I got it." We kept walking. They're like, "Lauren, that was a cop. It would have been like the perfect person to ask, because that would have been like, the safest option." But I was like, "No, we don't need to talk to strangers." So we ended up just getting a cab and going to check into our hotel, and it worked out better because we had like all of our bags and stuff, and for the weekend, and we didn't really know where we were at that point. So got checked in, and then from there we walked, after we checked in our stuff, to just a little pub and had supper. And actually a guy got up to sing. He was playing guitar and singing, and he kept asking for requests, and I told everybody that I really want to go on to Galway on this trip, because Daddy used to always play music when he'd get home from work, Irish music, and we danced around the house to it. And Galway Girl is always like my favorite song, and he would dance to me with as that song played. So we're eating, and he was asking for requests, and one of the girls I was with goes, "Ask for your song that your dad used to sing to you." So I requested that, and he played Galway Girl, so I was really happy. So that was exciting. And so after that, we just went back to our hotel and ended up just laying and down, and we were all tired at that point, so we just crashed and got up the next morning and got ready, and we went on a brilliant day of shopping. Grafton Street was great. We did all kinds of touring and looking around. We got the passes for the hop on hop off bus, so it just gave us a tour of the city, and then we could get off and get on and shop and go all around. So that was really cool. We did a ton of shopping, window shopping, and also getting some souvenirs. And I got a really cute European looking outfit that I really like, with the purse and some heels. So that was kind of my little splurge day. But it was an absolute blast. I don't think I've laughed that hard consecutively in so long, so it was so good. I'm making such great friends. I really like these girls, and they're super sweet, and I'm really glad that I met them on this trip. I think that we can actually like be friends for a really long time, even after the trip. So I'm excited and I feel blessed for that. But then we went back we rushed back to the hotel after we got finished shopping, and I did like a pub crawl with some of the other people that were on the trip to kind of just like, see the downtown nightlife and um, meet different people and stuff. So we got ready really quick and went and met back up with the other people from our group that were staying at the hostels and everything, and went out with them, and that was a pretty good time. Um, it was really cool because we got to meet all kinds of different people. I met two guys from Australia, a guy from New Zealand, just like people from all over, a guy from France and Germany, like people from essentially all over the world. And I guess for them it's so easy to travel within the countries because they're so close. And us, there's like a whole Atlantic Ocean in the middle separating us, so it's much more expensive. But for them, they can just ride the rail. Well, not to Ireland. They can take Ryanair, the local like kind of easy plane ride over. Um, Everything's just like a train or like a quick plane ride away, so it's really cool. But got to meet a ton of people, and it was really funny because they kept going, "Oh my gosh, I love your accent," and I'm like, "What accent? Like I don't feel like I have an accent, especially compared to them." They're like, "No, keep talking, keep talking. It's like," and they're thinking, they go, "Southern Belle," and I just started laughing because it was funny to me that like, they knew what that was, because I feel like that's like a Southern thing in America, so that was kind of cool. And then on two different occasions, people asked me where I was from. Like, of course, I said America, and they're like, "Oh, where at?" And I said Georgia. And on two different occasions, with two different people, not even like overhearing each other, they go, "Like the Civil War?" So I just felt like that was really funny too. Um, so that was that night, and then I got back to the hotel and went to sleep. And then we woke up the next morning and got ready, and we went straight to we took the hop on hop off bus to the train station because we were going to buy our tickets, because we went back that night to Waterford, but we wanted to go ahead and have our tickets. We had that, and then after we got our tickets, we went back on the hop on bus, and then we went and grabbed a lunch, and then we continued to ride it around. And the other girls didn't see Trinity on their field trip, so they really wanted to see the Book of Kells, so we went back over to there. And I just sat outside on a bench while they went through and saw the Book of Kells. And then we got back on the hop-on bus, and we rode it the rest of the way around the city and saw a few more like sightseeing, took some pictures from the very top. We got to ride on the top of the double-decker and look out at the very front, so that was kind of cool. And Rod Stewart was actually playing a show that night in Dublin, so that was kind of cool. We didn't even know that was going on. And our cab driver was actually like, "Wow, you got a good hotel. You're right close to where he's staying." And I was like, "Wait, what? I didn't even know he was here." So that was kind of cool. Then we got back to the train station and rode the train back over to Waterford, and it was absolutely incredible. Riding a train through the countryside of Ireland, and like that was the first time the sun really came out since we've been here. I mean, we've had really great weather compared to Irish weather. We haven't got nearly as much rain as I normally get. Obviously, to me, it's not as great because it's not like 95 degrees and sunny for July, but it's still really good weather on their standards, and we haven't had really hardly any rain. But the clouds parted, and the special like sun rays came through the clouds, and it was just so incredible. And it was just like really kind of surreal, like, oh my gosh, I'm really in Ireland and this is really happening right now. It's awesome. And I tried to take a ton of pictures, but the bus windows were not, or the van, I don't even know what I wrote. The train windows were not that clean, so now my pictures kind of have the spots from the windows in it, but it was just a beautiful sight. So we really enjoyed it, and it was such a smooth ride. It was 2 hours, and it was the first time that we've actually traveled since this trip started on that plane, where we could actually like spread out. There was like 2 chairs on either side facing each other, and there were tables in the middle. So me and Sarah sat across from each other, and then right across the aisle, Kate and Natalie and Lawson sat. So we were all spaced out and everything. It was kind of crazy that morning, carrying all of our shopping bags, plus our luggage bags and book bags and purses all around. So it was kind of a headache. But once we got on, we got to relax and ride for 2 hours, and it was absolutely great. So really love that part. And I just noticed that I'm at the 15-minute mark of this video, so I'm going to stop it before it cuts me off and upload this one, and then I'll make a second part of what I did since then. So if you want to keep watching, then find my next video in a few minutes. Bye!